Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. So, I want to tell you a little story about a friend of mine who's been a hard-working man for a very long time and is only now becoming free. And his reflections on life mirror my own, actually, because he's me 15 years ago. He's 42 on 55. So he's gone through all of the experiences in life that I had, but 15 years later or a decade later. And he's only now getting free. So he rang me up quite excitedly earlier and said, Taylor, I'll put the house on the market. Now he's been working on this place for 5-6 years, but it's been a labour of love. And he's done it perfectly. I mean, like, he's made the doors. That was unexpected. Just attention to detail. He's on the spectrum, but attention to detail. I mean, I'll knock up a house in 10 minutes with a fucking chainsaw, and yeah, not worry too much if it's 90 degrees in any direction. But mate, it's beautiful. The home he's built is absolutely beautiful. But I felt for his long-suffering wife, bless her. They're not married actually, but partner. And they've got 2 lovely daughters together. But he's spun now 3 houses. So he's bought knackered old houses, boarded up that no one wanted, moved in with his family and worked really hard, and then come home from work every day and then worked on the house and just you know, renovated 3 houses. And eventually this is the last one, and it's given him that free rein. For the first time in his life he's got a wedge. He's got something he can actually work with. Because he wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth, much like me. We both left home at 16 with no money. We weren't raised working class men, you know, but we worked hard and we grafted. And now he's about to spin this one for a very large sum of money. And it's the amount of money that he can now get free from the matrix. He can get out of the system, he can buy a substantial plot of land, and then he just wants to do what I've done. You know, build an eco home and live off grid. And he says, Taylor, the last thing I want to do is put a sign on my gate saying, keep out. And I says to him, no, I said, that's not the sign you want to put on the gate. Fuck off and leave me alone. That's the sign you want to put on the gate. And he said, you're right. And he says, the day I hang up my hat on my own land, build my own place, completely off grid, I'm going to hang a sign on the gate saying, fuck off and leave me alone. Because that's all he ever wanted. He just wanted to get on, grow his vegetables, grow his fruit, look after his family. But the system won't allow you to do that, will it? The system keeps dragging you in, telling you on permits and licences. You must pay a fine. You must pay taxes for what? You can't even stop the potholes. Corruption is rife in this country. But it was nice to hear from him, because it looks as though he'll put his house on the market. I think he'll be snapped up straight away, and he's finally free. For the first time since he was 16, he's going to be out of debt, apart from when he was travelling. And I said to him, look, I only got out of debt just before Christmas just gone. That's when I was substantially able to retire. But I've been continuously in debt since I was 18. I had my first mortgage at 18. And apart from when I've sold a house and a few weeks before I bought another one, I've been in continuous debt ever since. And I finally wriggled free of debt in December 2024. And that's what allowed me to go to Asia for 3 months, because I haven't got a fucking penny anymore. And I've built a business that generates enough money for me and the staff. And I have to work anymore. I still do at various little bits and bobs, and I always help people out, and I don't think I'll ever retire, because I'm Swiss Army knife, isn't it? It would be abusive of me not to teach the next generation all the stuff that I've been taught by the generation before. I've got to pass these things on. And so I'm particularly proud to announce that this week my youngest daughter has announced her first pregnancy. This will be my first grandchild, and I at least have a reason to go on. It's been tricky the last few weeks, had a lot. But now I've got a reason, now I've got a reason, now I've got a reason, and I'll keep fighting. Neither of my daughters speak to me, because I've been a pisshead for 15 years. But I think a baby's a great way of healing all wounds. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm super chuffed. Both her and her partner who are going to make excellent parents. They're both lovely people. My youngest daughter is about the most caring person I've ever met. She's sublime. She should have been a nurse. She should have made an excellent nurse. Anyway, I'll be back to doing proper videos in the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to learn all the video editing, so I've recorded stuff, but it's taken me an age to work out how to insert graphs and pictures and stuff. So I'm not releasing anything at the minute because it's not ready, because I'm trying to learn video editing. I'm sure it won't take me much longer. It's drag and drop stuff mainly, but I need to have a little play with it so I know where all the tools are. But I'll get there. Now, you've got to remember, I was the first one to use computers in this country. I had a ZX 80 in 1980. Anyway, thank you for your consideration. Subscribe, like, share. I'm sure I'm going to be back with all the off-grid stuff. I know it all. I've got a few of the compatriots who are going to come along and hold the camera, and maybe we'll do a couple of interviews about people who've been living off-grid, because I know a huge community, obviously. And they'll share their experiences, which could be invaluable for anyone. You'll pick up some tips along the way, I'm sure of that. But don't worry about me, I ain't dead, and I'm about to become a granddad for the first time, so I'm going to have to start looking after myself, aren't I? Because my daughter won't let me hold the baby from shaking from fucking withdrawal or pissed. So one thing or another is going to have to happen. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the flip-flop.